If you're working with n8n and especially with AI agents, then you might know that you have to update from time to time things such as the system message, or also replace old large language models in case there's a new one. And you can either hardcode all the things here or connect it with a configuration table that will allow you to quickly update properties such as the user message, system prompt, main model in case you have a fallback model, this as well, and even properties such as the temperature. And this is exactly what I will show you now step by step. In this tutorial, I will use Airtable, but this works also, for instance, with Google Sheets. And the first step is to create a table. So we will start from scratch. As a name, we can use, for instance, agent registry. Now we need to add a few columns. So first I will delete them. The first column we need is the workflow ID. So in this case, I will use single line text, give it a name, workflow ID. After that, we need a column for the system message. So I will take here long text. We can duplicate it because we also need a column for the user message. After that, we need a dropdown that will hold our values for our large language model. So in this case, I will use a single select. Let's call this main model. Add an option, for instance, GBT or 1 mini. Then we can also duplicate this field because we will also use a fallback model. And let's take as another example also the temperature, which is a property that you can use for specific large language models. So now we are done with the table, but we still need to add here some information. And the first step we need to add here is the name. As an example, I will use agent demo. And then we need the workflow ID. This can be found inside the URL. So this is the workflow ID for this agent. So copy it, go to your table back, paste it here. And since this is just a tutorial, I will add here some dummy information. So just system message, user message. As the main model, we will choose this one, and we can also add another one. Let's say GPT-5, click on save. And for the temperature, we will select 0.3. So now we are done with the configuration in Airtable, but we still need to create the agent, and we will do it quickly together. So first search for AI agent, select it, toggle here, enable fallback model. And in my case, I am going to use models from OpenAI. So I will add 2 OpenAI nodes. And now comes the most important part, which is the node that will get the data from this table. And this can be done by adding the Airtable node. And we want to search for a record. And the first step is to select the base. So I will do that quickly, as well as the table, which was in our case agent registry. And now we need to add the formula because we want to search exactly for this configuration. That means we want to filter on the column workflow ID. So we have to use curly brackets followed by the column name, which is equal to our workflow ID from the current workflow. So we need this value here, and we can get it by adding first quotes because we need to check for a string, followed by 2 curly brackets. And then we can get it by using the $workflow.id. And of course, it works only if it's an expression. So here's our filter. Workflow ID is equal to this. And if we execute it, so first we can also unlink it because we want to first test if this works. So open the chat, enter something, and it worked. So we can see that we have here as an output the system message, user message, main model, and fallback model, as well as the temperature. And now we want to use these variables in our AI agent. So the first step is to connect it. And in this case, we will use define below. And let's say you want to concatenate your user message with your chat message. So the first step would be to drag and drop the user message from the Airtable node. And then we need another variable. So just add here a new line, and that's the chat input. For the system message, we need to add it first. So click on add option, system message. Also here expression because we want to always use a variable. Go to your Airtable node, and here we have the system message. And now we are done with the agent itself, but we also need to add here for our main model as well as for the fallback model the variables. And this is also really easy. Just go to expression, and also here just drag and drop it. Let's say you also want to use the temperature property, then you can add it here as an option, switch to expression, remove the default value, and also use here your variable. Same for the fallback model. So I will do it quickly. Expression, remove the default value, and drag and drop the fallback model. And now you have an agent where the configuration or business logic is decoupled from the workflow itself. So as an example, if you change something here, let's add some more text, also set the temperature to 1. And if we execute it again, a simple test message, then It will pull the values directly from Airtable or Google Sheets, whatever you are using. And as you can see here, we have the updated values as well as the temperature. And all these values are passed as variables to the agent itself, which is definitely a nice way to manage a lot of agents at a single place without making it too complex. And that's it for the video. In case you have any questions, feel free to add them to the comments, and we will see each other in the next video.